Starting a business is a risky thing, especially right now. But if you have the right support network, anything is possible. Joining us now is a business consultant and author of Love-Based Mission, How to Create a Business That Serves Your Soul, Therese Skelly. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be with you today.
Well, I'm excited too because I just heard you're from Scottsdale, Arizona. I love that area. You know, we have a lot of snowbirds here in North Dakota, Minnesota. We all go down to Mesa and Scott, and in your area as well, like that whole area when it's cold
so
here.
Nice. It's so nice. Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful down there. Okay. Well, I love when I was pitched this story and this book. I was like, supporting women entrepreneurs. So let's talk about your latest release, How to Create a Business That Serves Your Soul, and what kind of focus you have on women.
So what I think that's important to me is that very often, especially if you're like a service-based business provider, right? Very often, you know you're here to make a huge difference in the world. You're here to, like, you in your business, you're living out your life purpose. And if you think of your business that way, it's a whole game changer, right? It's not like, oh, I just got to make some cash. It's like, wait, this business is allowing me to do the good work I'm supposed to do. This business is allowing me to like reach as many people as I can. So it's a little bit of a different way of being. And I feel like with women, we're run a little bit differently, right? We can't just hustle and grind. You know, we have children, we have responsibilities. We're wired differently. And so the way when I came out 15 years ago as a business coach, it was a very different time. And so to teach women how to show up, own their value, be taken seriously, charge what they're worth, like that's the challenging part, right? And I used to be a psychotherapist. So the nice part is that I really understand kind of the inner game part of it. You know, in addition to the strategy and the marketing and how to sell, my brilliance is really like helping people get past their blocks because I understand what's going on inside of you.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So you have all of the information. How did you decide to put it all into a book?
That's a kind of a funny story. So I have a friend who says, like, look, I'm starting a publishing company. Do you want to do a book? And so I actually started like 5 years ago. And what happened is I'm starting to write the book, and then my mom died. And then I, took a little time off for that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to write that book. And then my boy's father died. And so what was happening is it's like every time I would start it, life got in the way, as it does. And so then I wrote a book, and it was terrible. It was really bad. Like, I'll just be really honest. Like, when I got that first draft, the edits back, all the red lines, it was like, oh. And what happened, Lisa, is that I kind of phoned it in because I was going after a word count. And my publisher, Michelle Prezawazik, who has a whole series of these books, basically said, look, if you are going to publish a book, if you're going to write a book about transformation, you have to let the book transform you. And I was like, oh, that is good. So it was like a 5-year journey to get this book out. And what's fascinating, it's actually really good. I'm not being facetious about that. When you're so close to it, you don't know, like, oh my, wow. It's like, people write to me and they're like, gosh, that exercise you told me about, it's like, it's super helpful. And so it's kind of my work is to help. I want to help more people. And so this is part of that journey for me.
So who would be the best person to read this book? Who is your target audience?
That's awesome. Well, I work with both genders, but this is kind of sort of written more for women because I think women have a little bit of a harder time. We really do. We were not taught to own our value in the way that maybe men were given permission to, especially if you're a woman over 40. I think Oprah has changed a lot for a lot of people, but if you were watching June Cleaver as a child, you didn't really get the chance of empowerment. So people that are having a business where they know that they're here to make a difference, where they really care about and not just getting money, but just making their heart fuller, helping make people make it just a better life for themselves. So generally women business owners, but actually the tools you don't have to be a business owner. Like the tools I use in here are, if you want to just help your mindset, there's really great tools. I talk a lot about codependency. I talk about how to get out of your own way. loaded with tools. You should buy the book.
Okay, yes, I want to. Okay, so that's the next question then. Before I let you go, where can we find the book?
Well, Amazon.com. You can find it on Amazon.com. Or you can just go to my website, ThereseSkelly.com, and there's a little section that says book.
Okay, I will add that to our hot button at valleynewslive.com so it's easy to find. Therese, so great to visit with you.
Thank
and
you
I
so
love
much.
what you're doing. You're very lady boss there and supporting each other. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye now. Take care.
Coming up next, Hope Inc. is expanding, and they're now bringing their life-changing services to Grand Forks.